Alright, this is Andrew with Joda Home Inspections. We are doing a sewer scope today here in Bountiful. Today is August 23rd, 2024, and we have the camera pushed out 108 feet to the city connection. We are at 2043 Penman Lane. Now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. So this first connection point is called the nose on. This is where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. So right off the bat, I'm trying to figure out whether this is Orangeburg. Orangeburg was used in this area, and it's a Orangeburg is similar to cardboard, where over time it gets real soft and it starts to collapse. So I'm going to be paying attention as we pull it back. If it is Orangeburg, it's performing really well. Usually it looks very oblong at this point, and so it's possible that it's clay. A lot of offsets where you have little lips. I had a hard time getting over a couple of them. Some of them are worse than others. Just like my camera had a hard time, here's one, just like my camera had a hard time getting over that lip, waste can also get stuck and have a hard time getting over it, which can lead to a blockage where it could back up. So never ideal to have any sort of an offset. There's another good sized one. There's another good sized one. The only way to fix an offset would be to dig it up and do a spot repair. Good sized one there. And that has more of that red terracotta color, so I do think that is clay. Looks like part of the pipe has been replaced through here, which is great. I would definitely recommend having the insurance on this line. That way, if and when you have a bigger issue, they can help offset the cost. And that's if you don't proactively replace it. Under the house, this is probably the weakest link, where you have all this cast iron. Cast iron gets real rough and rusty. You can see how rough this looks. Waste can get stuck on it and create blockages. But the other concern, and maybe bigger concern, is that it's very flat. And so this is looking okay, but as we get closer to the house, you'll notice that we start to go underwater, where it's holding all this water right there. That's a sign that the line is flat. So what's interesting is I went through a lot of standing water on my way out. What I think probably happened, one of two things: either just my camera had flushed out some of the water, pushed it along so that it wasn't sitting in there as much, or there was a blockage that I broke through and that caused it to drain. Because I went through probably 25 feet of standing water. In either case, I would recommend having this line cleaned. The cast iron looks rough enough that I think having it coated would really help. That would help smooth it out so it's nice and smooth, so that waste is less likely to get stuck on it. You can see how rough this looks and how much buildup there is. I think that would be really beneficial, and then you could have it evaluated again to see whether it's draining the way that it should, or whether it's still holding water after having it cleaned. Even if you have the cast iron cleaned, I would still recommend getting the insurance on the line, since you do have so many offsets. And I would verify whether the insurance covers anything under the house. A lot of insurances don't cover what's under the slab, just what's outside. and that's where this house has some more concerns, and so I'd try to get insurance on the line under the house as well. I'm going to end this recording.